But what? Let's see what this new coach talking about, King.
Back here on the Arkansas Sport Network on Football Fridays, and we're here with the Clarendon Lions and head coach Tracus Donaldson. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, thank y'all for having us. I appreciate it.
Thanks for showing up, Coach.
And this is your first year at Clarendon, and always as a first year head coach, you got to have so much motivation coming in, so much passion. I'm sure you have a lot of passion for football itself. And then these are all new guys that you've met just in this off season. So moving into a new area, new team, what's that experience been like?
It's been great. Easy transition. Like I said, the guys bought in. Like as soon as I came in, I talked to the kids in January, had a one-on-one, and I told them I'd come down twice a month and work on football, and they've all bought in. These kids are great. Like I said, when I got down here, I saw speed, and I love speed.
You got speed.
Mhm.
Clarendon's always had some athletes. It's just,
Okay. He talking about the speed. So basically, he just worried about speed. You feel me, twin?
getting
Let's
them to
continue.
buy in and not, good. We're hoping that you get that accomplished at Clarendon. Them young men standing right over there is going to be key parts of that.
Yes, sir. I brought those four key. These guys, I'll be honest with you, the first day I came in, these are the first four I saw, and they've stuck by me, kind of like my son. So they need a whooping. I got them, but those four still by me. That leadership they got, they're young, sophomores, junior, and senior. So they've been on those boys, and those boys been listening to them, and we do practice together and everything, and it's been going great.
Well, that's good.
Mhm.
And then I know the Clarendon basketball history is very rich there, especially with head coach Coach Hudson. He's a very close friend of my dad.
I ain't even gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just keep my mouth closed. Cause we ain't gonna speak about that again. I'm gonna just keep my mouth closed. I ain't even gonna say nothing about that. We just gonna continue. I ain't even gonna say
He's a
nothing.
very
I'm gonna
great
just look.
coach, and the culture is
He a
established
very great who? Yeah, all right.
there for the
All right.
basketball
I ain't even
program,
gonna
and
say nothing.
you're going to
Come on.
try to establish that here for the football program. It's easy to do that, especially as a first year head coach, because you get to lay the foundation. So, what's kind of your culture that you're going to try to establish with this team?
The culture we're going to try to establish right here is discipline. Discipline, discipline, discipline. You got to be disciplined. Know your role. All right. And then the second thing we're trying to do is try to get that winning mentality back. The community's been great. I was told the community, like you said, does basketball, but we've seen it do football and basketball. If I got down there, we need something, they got it for us. Coach Hudson's been great too. He's been helping us out as well. Man, it's just great. So I want to come in, bring that winning mentality back for both schools, both sports, and let it go into the future like that. But our foundation is going to be discipline.
You,
I've noticed that in the past they didn't have it. They get it now, and those players are going to be a little bit better.
you just need to knock the grass off Clarendon's foundation. That foundation's there. I mean,
Hmm.
back when Cedric and Tank and them guys was there, Clarendon was a threat every
Hmm.
year. They
Hmm.
were great. Um, you just got to knock that grass off of and get it back down to the hard pan and move on.
Yes, sir.
It's like I say, you got athletes for days in Clarendon. You see it on the basketball court. You just got
Yes,
to get
sir.
them over to the football field and learn that football. So
And you've had limited time with this team, being a first year head coach. You've had this
I'm
summer and
finna look
potentially a
up
little
how
bit of
he
the
did with
spring
the
with
other
this ball
teams.
club. So, on offense, what players have you seen so far that kind of stick out that you can tell are going to be elite playmakers?
I hate to say this. I know all coaches say it, but our offense is going to be elite all around. We have starters. Like I told my guys, we have starters, but my number two's got to be just as good as my number one.
Whoa!
So when we practice, we don't practice
Whoa! He went 12, 0 and 12. Please tell me this old. Please tell me this old. He went 0 and 12.
football. We practice situations with different groups so they know what to do, so they don't get lost in the shuffle. With my guys, I always tell them they need a blow. Give me a play. We get somebody in. Number two's got to be ready, and they've actually adapted to that. So we practice that way. You practice how you play. That's how you get better. And I think that's how those kids have grown quickly. Getting those skills things in. I don't think they haven't seen that since the Cedric and Tank
right,
days. But now we're going to try to bring that back, and I think they really adapted to it real quickly.
you know, even back when Jamarlin, I think you have Jamarlin's little brother on your team now, Jackson. That is, they were, then it was get Jamarlin the ball and it was get out of his way and just let him do his thing.
Mhm.
It sounds like now you have more of a team concept than what they was playing then. Now they was good. They won some games with him, but it wasn't everywhere. It was just him. So
Yes, sir. Like I said,
Who is Jamarlin?
it's going to be times where we put them out there. You don't know who's getting the ball, but when they get it, they're going to go. And I think that's how you make a special
that's
team
how
like that. And that's real special in two way if you can do it
it's
like
real
that.
special.
Hmm.
I mean, if you got more than 3 or 4 kids that run. We'll just use real numbers of 4.6. If you got 3 4.6s out there, you fast.
And then, just speaking of this team, and like you said, you have all around talent. It's important for these kids to know playing at a 1A or a 2A school, lower classification schools, it's important for them to know they can still play at the next level. Coming from a 2A school myself, I know that's important just to have that mindset. And Clarendon has a great example of that a few years ago in Quincy McAdoo. So, what's kind of a foundation that you want to establish to these guys that you can make a career out of this? You can get a full ride scholarship. You can push yourself to the limits to earn a future career in this sport?
Well, I tell kids all the time, even back to my days when I was at Osceola, Jackson Central Mary, Liberty, MLK, and then just previously at all boys school, don't be specialized in one position. Do what you need to do to get on the field. You can be a kicker and get a full-time scholarship. You can be a punter and get a full-time scholarship. Deep snap,
Yeah, no
play all
cap,
the
no
sports.
cap though.
Don't
He
specialize on
not
one thing.
lying.
Do it all. That's how you get that scholarship, and that's what we preach in their heads all the time. 'Cause I want them to play all the sports. I love it. So that's what we preach in their head like that. You can still get looked at.
Keeps them busy.
That too. That definitely
Keeps them out of trouble.
Keeps them out of trouble and keeps them in shape too.
That too.
And then you speaking about being at Osceola and some of those other schools, could you tell us about your previous coaching history?
Yes, sir. I started at Osceola 2011 and I left 2020, the summer 2020 during the COVID. Moved to Tennessee. I was with Coach Hooks, those back-to-back state championship games we went to. I wish we'd have won at least one of them. But it was a great experience at War Memorial. Then in 2020, I went to Liberty Tech in Tennessee, offensive coordinator there for a year, and then they reopened Jackson Central Mary in Jackson, Tennessee in the same spot. So we went there 2 years to start that back open. I was the offensive coordinator there for 2 years, and then I came back, went to MLK Prep. It was going to be the last year for them to go on, and I still took the job because I wanted to get back to Memphis. And it was a struggle. It was. We didn't win any games, but those kids bought in, and I got them ready for the next level to go to whatever school they want to go to. And then I went to prep school. It was an all boys school, and that was the real eye opener. Those kids, it wasn't school affiliated, it was just a prep school. And we got to travel and play in Mississippi, Kentucky, things like that. They got to go to college camps, and that's really opened my eyes and things like that. And I met a lot of coaches there, really opened my eyes like that. So I kind of retired after that for 1 year. And what I did in Memphis was I was a dean of students at school, and I would go to different offenses during the school, help them set up offenses. And I was loving that until I got the call in November. Hey, we want you in Clarendon. And I had a previous stop there. It didn't come out right. They went another direction, which didn't upset me. I understood. Right. And then when I got back there and called me in November, they were like, "Hey, coach, it's yours if you want it." That's basically what I was told. I was like, "Well, give me a minute to think about it. Talk to family."
Who record is that? 49-8, 52-6, 44-14, 49-0. Ooh, this will give me a headache. Chanel
prayed on it, and I was like, "I'm your guy. I'm coming." So.
Well, they need that guy. You and I were talking about that just a minute ago. Clarendon needs that guy to get this train back on the tracks. And good luck, Coach. I hope you succeed.
I appreciate that. I really do.
And the offensive success, hearing that resume, I think is bound to happen. So what are you going to do to make sure the defensive side of the ball holds up as well? I'm sure defensive coordinators play into that. And, of course, you have your knowledge as well. But just making sure you can handle the offense for sure with that resume, but making sure the defense is going to do their part as well.
Gotcha. Well, if you're a football coach, if you know offense, you got to know defense, right, and vice versa. So this first year, I'll be doing both. I do have a defensive coordinator, Coach Bones. He's with us right here. But we're going to do offense. I'm going to do offense and defense, the first year to get a feel of it, then give those duties out and run more of the big show. But defensively, we're going to be quick. I'll be honest with you. We're going to run that 4-2-5.
Yeah, of course y'all go. Yeah, y'all got speed though. I give y'all that.
I'll be honest with you.
Y'all got speed.
Astonishing how we can get that 4-2-5 and they see the thing and they can make a call and we go with it. Man, it's just great. But we just had a 7-on-7 and I let them call their own calls. And
y'all didn't get scored on, right?
We didn't get scored on until like next to last play of the whole thing. So it helped me out. I was like, that was awesome.
I mean, to go through a 7, I don't care who you're playing against. To go through 7-on-7 and not get scored on, that's pretty solid because, that's all that is offense most of the time. Sound like you played some defense, so that's pretty solid.
Yes, sir.
And you're coming in to coach a team. They went 0-10 last year, so you have really, as a new head coach, nothing to lose, but everything to gain. I mean, you can really build up your resume even some more yourself, continue to build up this squad, and just prove that as a head coach, you can bring these guys to success. It sounds like you're already getting that in the 7-on-7 aspect of it. So,
Mark my words, these boys getting a ring this year. Like, I wouldn't say this for no reason, though. You feel me? I said this about the basketball team last year. They ain't get a ring, but they went to state. You see what I'm saying, though?
heading into this new season, you hate to see the record from last year, but as a head coach, you got to have that confidence that you're going to change it. What's going into that this offseason to make sure that it's going to be a new script this year?
Pretty much, I told him it can't get any worse. I mean,
Exactly.
there's no down there. It's only up. And making those small improvements every year is what we're looking for. Like I said, I told the school, I'm not promising you a state championship. I'm not promising an undefeated season, but you're going to see a lot of improvement. You're going to see a better play, better attitudes, and things like that. And I'll be honest with you, I've already seen it now. Like I said, during that 7-on-7, I hate to go back to it, but I didn't tell these guys to do this. But if there was an incomplete pass or didn't catch a ball, they yelled out, "My bad, coach." They did 5 or 10 push-ups, got right back on the play. I didn't tell them that. They
Okay.
just started doing it. So
Okay,
let
that's
them
real
do it. People
discipline.
were like, "Man, coach, this is
That's real discipline. Whoever did that, you deserve it. You deserve it. Whoever did that and said my bad and did 10 push-ups, you deserve it. You going to college and you gonna play. You going D1, my nigga. If not D1, you going D2. No lower. That's respect.
This isn't the Clarendon we saw
That's,
last year.
no,
This
that's
is a
not
different
Clarendon,
Clarendon."
and that's been a while.
And I told them, those are the kids. I mean, the kids bought in, they do stuff like that, and they get to go. And I'll be honest with you, I give a little freedom to my quarterback, James. He sees something, "Hey, coach, I saw this." And I'm like, "All right, you got it. Call the play." And I just walk off, and it was success.
I mean,
So,
your
yeah.
senior class is what they've won 2 games in
Mhm.
3 seasons. So I mean, you know, somebody comes in there and patting them on the back, tell them, "Hey, you're doing great." Then I think they're gonna buy into that. And you'll be all right.
Yeah, I want the seniors to go out good this year.
Yeah.
Being my first year, I
Yeah.
want these seniors to have a great year. I really do.
You know, you always hear, "Oh, we're gonna build, we're gonna build." Well, the seniors don't want to hear that. I'm gonna build stuff. I want to win right now too. You know, they still want to win.
Hmm.
Add time, add break, add break. But I believe, like, no doubt, gang. Hearing why he talking, he said he been okay, and he said the speed matches his coaching. That's what he basically
You
saying.
shouldn't have
The
to do all
speed
that
matching
just
his
to thaw my
coaching.
thick, delicious insides.
The speed matching his coaching, so he know how to adapt off that. So we gonna see again. I got confidence y'all gonna be in that big stadium in Little Rock. So like, just stay disciplined. But for whoever did them push-ups, you deserve it.
Program is
And speaking of building that roster, how many seniors do you have currently? And, looking towards the future, I know you said you have some sophomores and juniors that are very good, so the future does look bright. But for these seniors on their last year, what's kind of just your motivation for this year still to put together a very good season for their last year?
Like I said, I think I have 4 or 5 seniors, if I'm correct. I have to go back and check that. But the seniors this year, they're the landmark. They're the groundation. I mean, they're sorry, they are the foundation. They're going to know in 3 or 4 years when we're actually winning. Hopefully, we got state titles. It started with them.
When they come back to
And
watch the
they're, and
game,
they're going to know that. They're definitely going to know that. This senior class, I'm glad they stuck with us and stuck it out. And they're going to have a lot of input on things that we do. I'm going to let them, it's their team. It's their last year. It's their team. Hopefully, we can get over that 2 win. I'm going to get them some more wins. But yes, we are going to be young, and I like being young because they can learn, and we can do what we need to do with that.
Coach, you was telling me over there how many players you got out right now. Could you talk about that right now, your roster size?
Uh, I said we had 24s when I came down. I think last time I counted, we were at 30,
Yes, sir.
31. I really counted. We're going to be looking good, and I said just having 25 and 2A is great.
That's great. Yeah, you got 30. That's big.
That's big. And like I said, we have kids. And so the things that I do, like I said, I practice situations. Group 2, Group 3 has got to be better than Group 1. And we do situations, get those kids going. So if somebody goes down, the next person comes in, plug it in and go. And that's how I do. We practice situations, we do practice. So those kids are getting those game reps in practice, going best on best every day. And I think that's just a big improvement. I don't know if they used that kind of mentality before in Clarendon, but just having that mentality, you see kids is great. And you see parents out there watching practice. I think that's great too. I've always opened it up. So those kids see those parents out there like, oh, I better get better.
Better
So,
get better. My
get
mama's
better.
over there.
Yeah, you don't want mama coming over there like that. So yes, I think that's real good.
And,
Okay.
for me personally,
Okay. He ain't like these other coaches. Gang. He let parents come to practice. These other coaches don't be current. Okay,
Being a
okay, I
coach's son, I've
like
always
that,
understood
bro.
that when you go to a new school, it is so important for these coaches to build relationships early, right? When you meet these guys, the parents, the people in the community, it is so important just to build that foundation with these guys so later on you can continue to grow. I'm sure this summer you haven't been trying to chew them out too hard. So, what's been the learning curve so far this summer? Just trying to get to know all these guys and make sure that you're ready for week one.
Big learning curve. I know some of these kids, they're old school coaches yelling and stuff. I already told them I don't yell. I have things I'll just look at you, or I might say one thing and walk off. They know what's up. So the yelling thing, I'm trying to get that out of their mentality because that brings kids down more than anything. Told my coaches, hey, talk to them one on one, and then put them right back out there. That's how we're gonna do the game. If they mess up during the game, they get pulled out. Talk to them, put them right back in there. There's no point letting them sit on the sideline and sulk. Put
Doesn't
them
Okay,
do any
back
good.
in there, learn that mistake and things like that. I
okay,
think one of the better things
okay.
that Clarendon School District or the community did was when they brought me in, they also made me the high school principal. So I'm there all day with them, checking grades, make sure they're there. I think that's going to be a big help with the football team and things like that. I really do.
That'll help you get some more
Mm,
kids out of the hallways onto the field too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then week one, you're traveling down here to Little Rock to play Episcopal. What are you hoping to see from your team in your first game with this squad?
Well, I tell my boys the first 3 games, first 4 weeks, the first quarter, we're going to see how we are. I don't care if we have a win. I don't care if we have a loss. I don't care if we have a tie. Our main focus is conference and getting the playoffs and state title. These 4 games, we're going to play hard. We're going to evaluate after those 3 weeks, take that bye week on week 4, and get ready for playoffs. So when we come up here and play
hold
Episcopal,
on,
I
this is
do believe
schedule.
Carlisle
This is
and
schedule.
Riverview.
Woo! Okay. Pastor Carlisle, Riverview. Okay. Like, why couldn't we play against these schools, gang? Desert, Lee, McCory, Earl, EPC, Mark Tree, Carls County. Well, we could. Oh, they don't play against Bard no more. Dang, why y'all don't?
If I'm
That's
not
right.
mistaken, they're going to see everything. They're going to see everything we got in our playbook, offensively, defensively, special teams, because we need to keep evaluating on film, so we're going to go. So they're going to see everything. We're not going to be like, we're out here to just win, win, win. We want to grow from that. So we're ready for conference and playoffs. That's our main key goal this year.
Well, I'm like I said, I'm from Desert. Everybody knows. I mean, our conference is usually a gauntlet.
Hmm.
This year, it might be to beneficial to Clarendon to help you out
Hmm.
this year. Some
Wait, wait,
moving,
wait,
some
wait,
coaching
wait.
changing.
He didn't
I
say
think there's what
the,
4 new
the, the,
coaches
the, the,
in
the
the conference
championship
this
is
year,
his
so that'll
goal.
help Clarendon out, get you some success early, get going, and see what happens from there, Coach.
That's why I told him. Like I said, I was friends with Coach Powell. He was at EPC. He actually brought me to Osceola.
Okay,
So we were together for a couple of years. He went to EPCs and he went to Rivercrest. I was like, thank you, but I love the guy to death. I love him to death. And EPC graduated a lot. Cross County graduated a lot. Lots a lot of coaches. Mariana Lee's got a new coach, like you said. I think the conference is actually going to be. It could be anybody. It's like you got your Desarks
yeah,
and your Mark Trees. I put them in the top tier of my conference. I really do. I'm not even gonna be. I'll be honest with you.
Earl.
And Earl, but I think it's going to be a wide open this year. We might be able to do something. Hopefully, we can, and not to put any other teams down. But
Right.
I think it's going to be a real
Yeah,
exciting conference this year. I really
I
do.
think so too. I think
Hmm.
it's like you said, it's wide open. Earl, that's another one of those teams that's loaded with talent.
Woo.
Just getting on the buy-in.
Hmm.
You know, if you got Earl scheduled towards the end of the year when it gets cold, I think your odds of beating them is better. They don't like to play when it's cold. That's been my opinion on
Your
that.
opinion?
But
I
you
got
know,
you. I think we're Earl might be similar teams to see who can do better.
who can do
Well, I
better?
think we're
There you
similar
go.
teams, so I think we can do that. But I'll be excited to play them.
Well, we really appreciate you coming on, Coach. And just from this interview, I have to say I love the direction that the Clarendon Lion football program is heading in, and I'm excited for y'all's season. Thank you so much for coming out to Jacksonville, Coach.
Like I said, thank you
Hey,
guys for having us out here too. I really
Absolutely,
appreciate it.
man.
Yes, sir. We're
When
about to have some of their offensive players come on real quick for their quick interview, followed by a couple defensive players here in just a second.
hey, W coach, man. I really like what he said though, gang. I really like what he said. Okay. He sounding a little different. We're gonna see how that get in the season. You feel me? So we finna let's go to the players. Let's go to the players. See what they talking about. Okay.
Before we get started with our offensive players here, we'd like to give a shout out to our sponsors for the Clarendon Lions. It's coming from Middleton Pharmacy and the Lions Den. Who am I here with now?
William Wise, Colin James.
And looking at y'all's season, like we said, it's a fresh slate from last year. Y'all got a brand new head coach. What are y'all hoping for out of this new season?
I just want to win, man. At all things, get better than last year. To be establish each game and learn different things about each team and how to basically beat them. That's what I'm trying to say.
And what positions do y'all play?
I play running back and linebacker. I play quarterback and hybrid safety.
So this is going to be y'all's offense. Y'all are going to be in the backfield every single game, and y'all have some tough teams on the schedule. We just talked to Carlisle, and they have a very good squad. They do most years. Desark's going to have a good team, so just getting prepared week in and week out with a new head coach, just keeping a good mentality, making sure the hopes don't get down. So what are y'all going to do to make sure y'all establish a good season?
Let me think. To be able to, you go quick.
I think if we want to have a good season, we just need to work hard, man. Be teammates to each other.
Each player needs to learn how to solve their problems and go
Colin
on
a
from
senior?
and mistakes. If you make a
Yo,
mistake, just keep going and
what?
keep doing what you're
This
doing.
little
If you
nigga
don't know what
going
you're doing,
up,
ask somebody and
kid.
they'll help you. And that's how a team solves to win games.
And have y'all been enjoying Coach Donaldson so far this year?
Yes, sir.
It seems like a great coach, and I'm sure y'all are excited to play this season. And looking at week one against Episcopal, what are y'all going to do to make sure y'all are ready for week one?
You go, because I'm thinking.
Um, I'm just going study playbook, watch film on them, see what I can get, see what the other safeties and stuff like.
Understand their offense, how their linebackers and defensive linemen move, the corners, the secondary, safeties, all that. To understand how to read them and understand how to get to the end zone quicker. And on defense, be able to learn their offense and establish us to beat them.
And then, just at a broad view of the season, of course, coming off an 0-10 record, not a lot of high hopes for the football community, but y'all are looking to change that. So heading into this season, what's just a mentality? Of course, new head coach trying to establish a new foundation. What's the mentality heading into this season?
We just got to keep stacking days each day of the week and keep going.
There's no downside. I mean, you can't go any farther from
Right.
0-10. It's only up.
And then y'all have had these 7-on-7s. What have y'all seen from yourselves as a team so far this summer?
Help each other out, be leaders, and don't just break down somebody, make them feel bad for themselves.
I've seen there's a lot of uplifting. There's no arguing. Everybody's there for each other.
Okay,
And then, just
then.
keeping these solid mentalities. There was only 3 double-digit scoring games last year from this offense. Looking to change that this year, you'll have an offensive heavy coach, or well, has an offensive resume for sure. It sounds amazing. So I'm sure he's going to lead you on the right direction to change that. So how is this offense going to be changed this year to make sure that y'all are putting points on the board?
And we're running spreads, so we'll be able to spread the ball out quicker. And we have a lot of speed on our team, so we'll be able to establish down the field quicker
Okay.
and just have explosive plays.
Yeah, the playbook really helps me read the defense really well, and it helps my teammates get open.
And what grades are y'all going into?
Be a senior.
I'll be a junior.
So what are you hoping for
See, that's
mainly
what
out
I
of your
thought.
senior
See, I
year?
knew I wasn't
Give
tripping.
it all I got, and my teammates give me all they got.
And you
Knew he
still
was
got
in
one
a,
more year
going
left.
to
You're going to be
11th
in your
grade.
senior year next year, just trying to establish a little bit with this team here in your junior year and still be a quarterback potentially for him next year. So what are you hoping for from this season?
Small steps every day. Work our way toward getting better.
All right, well, we appreciate y'all coming
No,
on. We're going to get a quick
freaking
word with
better.
some of the
Say the
defensive players here in
championship,
just a
gang.
second.
Thank
Appreciate
All right.
you. All right.
Now, this, okay.
All right, and we're
10th
back
grade.
and here with some of the defensive
10th
headed
grade.
players here on
10th
this
grade.
Clarendon Lions team.
10th
What's
grade.
y'all's names?
Chandler Everett.
Jalen Henderson.
It's nice to talk to y'all today. And like we talked about with them, you got a new head coach, got y'all's defensive coordinator here as well, Coach Bones. What's been the foundation and the culture that they've been establishing to y'all this summer?
Chip been doing that
They
grinding.
basically just
And
been
Jalen.
showing us the, teaching us discipline, just, just to be a team, just,
Sophomore.
we really
Nigga, I
had
got it right. 10th grade.
a lot of
Little
problems
nigga
with
hard.
attitudes last year, us just not being a team. So, they just basically just trying to plan us being a team and just sticking together and just working together on
And
defense.
what's went into kind of changing that? What's went into the attitude changes? Has it been a lot of Coach Donaldson just kind of giving y'all a reset, giving a fresh breath almost, kind
Yeah,
of just giving y'all
yeah,
a fresh start?
I say it's heavy on that. Pretty much like going back to the fundamentals. just
Oh,
pretty much just
wait.
resetting in the brain,
He's
starting
in
off with the little
11th.
base things, getting pretty much everybody back to buying in to change the culture back on the football side
Nigga,
of things.
what?
What positions do y'all play?
I play safety, free safety, cornerback, and wide receiver.
Yeah, I play safety and wide receiver.
So both of y'all at safety, kind of what's the mindset being back there,
Put
kind of
Jalen back
the
at running
back
back.
part of the defense? Kind of, I'm
Feel
sure
me?
it's fun to play
Feel
back
me? He
there.
be.
So what's kind of a mindset, just making sure that
Feel
you're
me?
holding your own part back there?
Pretty much just the quarterback of the defense, being very vocal and loud and making sure that my guys up front can see it before it happens.
Yeah, most definitely just staying over top. You know what I'm saying? Making sure you can see everything before the secondary can see it. You know what I'm saying? Just staying over top, just watching everything. Yes, sir.
And then they told us that in a 7-on-7 recently, y'all didn't give up any touchdowns or anything until the last moment. So what's went into this defensive success, making sure that y'all do y'all's parts game in and game out?
Just staying disciplined, understanding your assignments, making sure you read the correct reads you feel me, on the field, and just being vocal as a teammate, helping your other teammates know what their job is if they need help.
Yes, sir. I most definitely agree with him on that. Just staying disciplined, just doing your job.
And then, we hate to harp on it, but coming off the 0-10 season, like we said, there's no downside. It's only up. I
Yes,
mean, you
sir.
can't get any worse. So this season got high hopes. Y'all got a new head coach, and he seems very confident in y'all. That confidence, I'm sure, being instilled in y'all every single day, that's going to lead to some wins for sure.
Most definitely.
What are y'all hoping for out of this season?
I'm hoping for at
Oh,
least a solid season. You feel me? Hopefully making the playoffs for
okay.
surely. I would
Oh,
love to make at
no.
least to a game of the playoffs and just see
You
where
gotta
things
say
go.
a
For
ring,
me,
bro.
just do better. Just a little to see do better. Just try to
Bro,
do better.
y'all gotta
Yeah, just taking
be
baby steps.
confident and
Just
say a
you feel me? Just
ring.
showing a lot of
Forget,
progression from
forget
last year.
all the
We had a lot of
little
discipline,
stuff.
attitude
Man, say
problems last year. A couple
ring,
games got
nigga.
ejected due to several reasons. Just pretty much just making an overall improvement from last year, but most definitely making it to the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
And it sounds like you've already made a lot of improvement from Coach Donaldson. And, week 1 is coming up quicker than we know it, and that's
Yeah.
going to be at Episcopal. Days are going by quick to
Yes,
get there.
sir.
Just got past the dead week. So now, it's really time to lock in and grind until it's week 1. So what are y'all going to do to make sure y'all are ready for that first game?
Just continue to focus on the little things, taking keep stacking days, taking it one day at a time, honestly, and just be prepared overall across the field.
Yeah, most definitely just stay prepared. So we ain't got to get prepared. Just keep working.
What's one thing y'all are both excited for this upcoming season?
Just switching the culture around, just getting that one win that we haven't felt feel like forever.
Most
Honestly,
definitely the change.
yes, sir.
That's what I'm really for. The
Okay.
change.
Okay.
Well, Coach Donaldson sounds like he's
Y'all
building
ain't
a
got what's the name
phenomenal
no more.
football program here in Clarendon with the
Y'all
Lions.
ain't
And,
got that one nigga no more. That little short nigga. You know his name. I ain't gonna say too much because this my shit, nigga. This my shit, nigga. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing, nigga. What are you talking about, nigga? Y'all ain't got that short nigga Caleb no more, nigga. Fuck that nigga.
it sounds
He was ass. That's why y'all was over 10.
like they're going to be built for success this season. Like we said, the only way is up. Next team we look like we have is going to be the Des Arc Eagles. We'll be back here on the Arkansas Sports Network Football Fridays here in just a second.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having us.
Yes, sir.